Hi, this is Sean from Zero Cool TV. As you probably saw in the title, we are going to be revisiting EXO's Monster, but we're going to do it a little bit differently. We're going to do the official MV, and then we're also going to do the dance practice. I watch a lot of the dance practices, I would say, but obviously they're usually not as good as the video or whatever, for whatever reason. But this particular dance practice has always stuck out to me because of the way they filmed it. It was very intentional that they were posting it to YouTube kind of thing. So there's a little bit of a higher camera quality, production quality, and lighting setup. And you really get to see how good the dancing is. So I'm really excited to get into this. I have some thoughts about EXO. And so we'll get into the video and then we'll have our thoughts at the end. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and start with EXO's Monster. All right, so here we go. All right. So this was 2016. If you don't know, this was supposed to be a trilogy, if I remember right. Monster was the first in the trilogy, and then Lotto came out, which was the second, and then the third part never happened. And so they never finished the trilogy. So we'll definitely be revisiting Lotto in a future video. But that's to give you a little bit of, there's a lot of storytelling that's happening here. But this is 2016. This is around the peak of Big Bang and a lot of other K-pop music that was happening. And so this time period is really special to me. It was the style K-pop that I love. It was the production. Like, it felt like every song that came out was just a banger. And this group, I think people who love EXO were not sleeping on EXO's vocals, but I think some people just see like, oh my God, this group has so many members, and they just, you know, people in the States maybe, and give them a fair chance. But these guys had some crazy vocals. There was a performance they did, it was live, where they were just singing over a track. But I remember Dia was in it was 4 members, and Dia was one of them, and Chen was one of them. And they sang, is that Only Yours? It's an 80s song. And their vocals were just crazy. Like, so pure, a lot of power. Yeah, these guys could sing. And I used to know all their names. I'm really bad about what their names are now. I haven't been keeping up with them. I think they're kind of on hiatus, so it's like an unannounced hiatus. 3 members left the group mid last year. Who left? I think Chen left. What's his name? Xiao Min? Is that how you say his name? Left. And then another member left, Baekhyun. And then Baekhyun, I don't know if I'm saying his name. I'm really bad with names, guys. Even in English, I'm bad with names. So please do not judge me. And then in October, Dia left last year. So I don't know the state of the group. They used to be 12 members, if I remember right. This period, this debut, they were 9 members, and then they got down to like 6 at one point. Members were just leaving, and then they just didn't replace them. Stephen, I remember on the right. Stephen and Dia were kind of my bias in this group. They were the members with the most swag that always like stood out to me. I have a connection with Dio, and I'll explain that in the next video. We're gonna do when we react to the dance practice. A memory connection, I should say. Every time he rips it off, I know it's fake, but it just looks like he's ripping his ear out. Okay, all right, so here we go with the dance practice. She got me going What I like about this dance practice, and the reason I wanted to kind of revisit it, most K-pop groups do dance practices of their big hit, but this one was just filmed differently. It was like the quality of filming, the lighting setup, with all the shadows. So they're wearing the hat, you can't see their eyes. I believe that's Xiaomin is how you say his name. It's like Xiuhun or something like that. That's how that's Chen. Sehun is in the gray hat. I remember the guy in the socks hat. He's the other rapper in there. I don't know his name. I always mispronounce his name. Dio's the one with the white shirt untucked from under his top. I want to say the gray sweatshirt is Lay, but I can't tell. I always get confused. If I went back to the original video, I could probably tell you. Wait, no, it's Lay in there. Is that Lay in the... he's like, it's like the space jacket. Yeah, that's Lay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Lay's in the space jacket. I love this. This is one of the best choreographed videos. That's why I love this song so much. So Dio, my memory connection to Dio is I have a friend, that was just him in the front. I have a friend that reminds me of Dio and vice versa. So whenever I see my friend, I think of Dio. When I see Dio, I think of my friend kind of thing. But Dio, if you ever saw him in interviews or anything like in the past, he always had a really dry wit and a dry sense of humor. And just kind of the way he carried himself, kind of the swag he had. And I have a friend that reminds me of him so much. It's almost uncanny. They kind of have the same build, similar height. I think Dio was the shortest one in the group. Yeah, Sehun was definitely by bias in the group. That's what I heard. Such swag. All right, so we just got done watching EXO's Monster, the official MV, and the dance practice. I think one of the reasons I was going to say that one of the reasons I think I love that song, there's K-pop music that stands out among K-pop music, I guess. There are some K-pop music groups that follow a formula and style, the way the videos are shot, appealing to a certain type of group, with the colors, bright colors, and very middle of the road music choices kind of thing. And with Monster, it was elevated. It was dark. It was exciting. It was the choreography was crazy. The camera work was crazy. It was doing something different that a lot of artists weren't doing during that time. And I think BTS and other groups like that have figured out that over the years that they have to do things that are authentic to them and that stand out. And I think with a lot of these groups, once they kind of establish themselves as a success, the media companies like YG Entertainment or Big Hit will, well, I guess is Big Hit Hype now, or is it vice versa? I forget. But anyway, so they they start to allow the artists kind of to explore new ideas and genres and work with different producers and stuff like that. Because I think when a lot of these groups come out with a first debut, obviously there are probably producers are chosen for them, songs are chosen for them, kind of situation. I know with like BTS, I know they wrote a lot of their stuff over the years and produced a lot of their stuff. So, and they were working with producers as well. But this is not about BTS, this is about EXO. So, yeah, so this is just what I liked about this song, particularly with EXO. And plus, they turned it into a trilogy. And the sequel to this song, which was Lotto, being a sequel, sounded very different. And again, why I loved that song and this song as well. So I loved revisiting this. I'm going to keep doing this. We've got a couple more revisiting videos coming out very soon. So hopefully you'll enjoy those. The last thing I want to say is I do have a Twitch channel, and it is twitch.tv/ZeroCoolTV, 2 L's and TV at the end. And with all of that said, be kind to yourself, and we'll see you in the next one.